Welcome back, guys. We are on Johnny Salami. I apologize for sounding like Barry White, but I currently have COVID again, which since we run into it all the time at work, I mean, it was only a matter of time before I caught it again. So that's why I sound like this. I apologize. Today, we're going to be looking at the AN-94 Abakan. I have it made, as you can see. The reason I made this because I wanted to try it out because of the burst rate of 1,200 shots a minute, because that is a ton of ammo going down range. So I figured it may be a good gun. So we're going to test it out together today. We're also going to be using this gun to farm up a few more of the alpha data fragments so that I can make the 45 round magazine for it. I don't like 30 round mags if I don't have to have them. That is what we're going to be doing today. Here's what we're rocking on it. Rocking the tactical grip from the AK, 2 of the green lasers since there's not a top rail on the AN-94 handguard. I've got the MBC muzzle brake and the Vortex 2X collimator sight. We may farm up a few more pickles so that I can make the muzzle brake for it, the blue version with better recoil, or I might just skip it and just make the suppressor. We're going to start off trying the burst fire on the gun because the actual fire rate on the gun is only like 600 rounds. Yeah, 600 shots a minute for full auto or 1,200 shots a minute for the burst. So we're going to try the burst. Sorry if I'm not really talking a whole lot because I'm going to keep it 100% with you. I kind of feel like shit. I might actually go to the pit and try to do some signals. Honestly, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the pit, try to knock some signals out. One thing I've noticed about this game is if you swap guns, sometimes if you just transition into a new area, it resets your fire rate. I'm an idiot. I came all the way to the pit and didn't bring my scanners. Sad day. I went ahead and bought some anomalous installations as well. Let's head back to the pit now that I have some anomalous installations and my scanners and my metal detector. There's usually some distress calls over here to the far right, so we're going to head that way and hope. Can't see shit in the pit right now with the night vision on since it's foggy. First, I'm going to show you the regular fire rate of this thing on some of these enemies, I guess. This is the 600 rounds a minute. And this is the burst fire. You got to click the shit out of it, though. Is that a 2-round burst? Hold on. Oh man, this gun's probably not going to be as nice as I thought it was going to be. I expected this gun for burst fire to be 3 rounds like every other gun I've used is, but this one apparently is a 2-round burst, which is kind of crap. I'm kind of disappointed at that. Why would there be a 2-round burst? So we're going to do a little bit more testing, but the fact that this thing is a 2-round burst instead of a 3 is kind of disappointing. While we're sitting here, I'm going to show you what the recoil looks like on it, full auto. That's the full auto recoil. Obviously, there's not really going to be a lot of recoil on burst fire because the muzzle rise resets pretty much after. I'm going to throw that down, and I'm going to run back over here to my little thing. Oh, they're invisible. Great. That's good to know. Just a heads up, the anomalous installations are bugged. You can't see the little wisps that you're supposed to shoot or, you know, dodge or whatever you're going to do. They're invisible. So if you're going to do those, pretty much the only way to do them right now is to cheese them by hiding near them. I don't know how I feel about it. If it was a 3-round burst, it may be better, but having to click this thing for every 2 shots is, I don't know if it's worth. It honestly feels like that the burst fire sometimes gets hung, if that makes sense. Like it feels like when you're clicking, if you get in a rhythm, then the fire rate is super high, but the burst fire option feels kind of clunky when you're using it. Like it doesn't seem like it lines up. I don't know if that makes any sense, but the burst fire kind of feeling not fluid, and couple that with the fact that your burst fire gets reset a lot. Your firing mode for some reason gets reset. I'm not sure why it gets reset. The burst fire is nice if it works. When the burst fire like lines up like it should when you're spamming it, it works well. I think they messed up by making it a 2-round burst though. The 3-round burst has just a better cadence to it, as made apparent by every other gun, especially my pistol. My pistol's a 3-round burst, but it feels more fluid. Like the pistol has 1,000 rounds a minute, and with it being a 3-round burst, it lines up like when you click, 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 click. With it being a 2-round burst though, such a fast rate of fire, it's very easy for the cadence to get off, and now your burst fire is actually slower than the 600 rounds full auto. I definitely need the bigger magazine. Go collect our stuff, and we're gonna head back. We're gonna try to get a few pickles and a few more data fragments. I love it when the game stutters. The game like micro stuttered there, and by the time I came out of the stutter, I was dead because I was just standing in front of a guy. Oh well. That guy mailed me my bag back. That was nice of him. I need 66 more pickles and 7 more alpha datas. I don't know why he revived me. There he is. I knew he was somewhere back there. Hit up a few more little pickles there. I'm actually just gonna drop them in here. Whew. I need to make that muzzle brake and see if it helps with the recoil a little bit. The recoil is a little bit ridiculous. Oh, fuck me. I'm fucked. I hate this transition zone right here. Wait, what? That transition zone has fucked me so many times. Just trying to like get around that fence. Because when you're trying to go through that crack in the fence, there's like a 1 pixel difference between going through the crack or hitting the transition zone and getting ported. Where am I? Am I drunk? Jesus, I'm going the wrong way and shit. Now, granted, making this next muzzle brake, it may not really help a whole lot, but I do want to give it a shot, you know? I want to give this gun a fair shake. That's 75. We have enough pickles. We just need alpha data fragments. I need 7 more. I think I'm going to go to the pit because I really don't want to just run around here and wait for a data farm to pop. And I'm guessing that the anomalous installations got bugged in the last update, which I think was like a 300 megabyte update that didn't have patch notes. So I'm not really sure what it was. Well, we're not getting lucky with the data fragments on these. By the way, made myself a hot toddy. Ooh, made that strong. Actually, let's go kill these guys. They got a little bit more armor, so let's see how it does against them. I mean, it does good damage if you're hitting your headshots. I just don't know how I feel about the having to tap the... I don't know how I feel about having to tap the trigger so much because it's a 2-round burst instead of a 3. It's just such a weird decision. Let's go back and knock this signal out that we saw a second ago because I want to get more if possible, just for a buffer. Plus, I wouldn't say no to some blueprints because I would like to make all the blueprint weapons, but at the same time, I'm not paying, you know, 9 million for this blueprint, 6 million for that blueprint for a weapon that really might not be that great. I'm sure there's 1 or 2 that are decent, but I'm betting not all of them are going to be worth it. We're going to go back and make the better muzzle brake. And then we're going to try it again and see if that helps the recoil out any. So what we're upgrading right now is we are going from the green, I don't know how you pronounce that, MBC, which is minus 3% recoil, minus 6% horizontal recoil, and then minus 4% spread, up to a minus 5 and then double minus 8s. So it should help. There we go. So now the horizontal recoil is pretty low now. It's 0.14. I'm gonna head back up to the Covenant Underground area. We're gonna kill some of those more armored NPCs from the little mercenary outposts underground, and we're going to see how it does against those guys. So I'll see you guys here in a second, and we're also going to check if the anomalous installations are completely bugged or if they're just bugged in the fact that you can't see the little wisps, but you can still loot them. So I'm gonna run all the way back there, and I'll see you guys here in a second. Alrighty, we are back at the Covenant base. We're gonna buy one anomalous installation. First things first, we're gonna see if the anomalous installations are broken. All right, I'm gonna AFK. I'll see you guys here shortly. Okay, it sounds like you can actually loot it. Let's see. Okay, yeah. You can still loot the anomalous installations, but they are bugged in the sense that you cannot see the wisps right now. So just know that. You can't legit do the installations right now. So, all right, let's go see how the recoil is on this thing now that we put the new muzzle brake on there. I'm not gonna lie. The burst fire does shred these guys. That is full auto. Hang on. Why can I not change? There we go. Sorry, that was full auto. Now I'm not going to upgrade this thing to +5 because I'm not sure if I'm going to want to use it or not. I want to use the other one that I'm going to make for sure. I'd like to keep as many tools as I can. The burst fire does, as long as you're hitting your shots, it does shred these guys. But at the same time, I think other guns do better, if that makes any sense. Like, yes, 1,200 rounds a minute is insane fire rate, but I don't like the 2-round burst. You know, I might be clicking it too fast. Let me set it to burst fire and click a little less fast, because even though it's a 2-round burst, it seems to go off. Okay, I was clicking too fast. Earlier in the video, I was talking about it felt like the burst fire was getting hung, kind of getting caught up. And I think that's because I was clicking too quickly. This is just full auto. And then this is burst. I was clicking the mouse way too quickly. So that might be why it was getting kind of hung up and out of sync. But at the same time, in a PvP situation, adrenaline's going to be going. You're going to be trying to fight somebody. So you may click too quickly. And if you click too quickly with the fire rate on burst fire, it seems to like snag up sometimes. So I can see that happening quite a bit in PvP just because of the nature of PvP being kind of stressful. Now, if you're close enough to him, if you're close enough to the enemy, it seems like a two bursts will kill them with headshots. So final thoughts about the AN-94 Abakan. It's not a bad gun. It just, I think even with 1,200 round burst, since it's only a 2-bullet burst instead of a 3, I think lots of other guns are going to outshine this one. Now, that's not saying that you can't use this and make it work. I don't exactly know what this turns into in the Russian version. I don't know what the next upgrade down the progression tree will be when we get the new guns. I don't know who this is and what they want. Oh. Oh, shit. I mean, I got to give you something, bro. Big shout out to King underscore here. He just gave me some upgrade materials. He gave me 2 of the gamma data blocks and 1 of the squash whoosh splat stones and some strike and pouch of incendiary ammo to help me with the farming. So I appreciate it. The amount of shit that I have to farm is quite high. I will definitely put in those to use. I'll probably be using those on the Warren HK G3A1. What I was saying was the AN-94 Abakan, I think the main problem with it is if you look at the damage reduction at a distance, it only does max damage up to 12 meters. Every other AR has a longer distance. The Warren HK does up to 18 meters. The SIG does up to 16. The M16A3 does up to 16. AS Val's up to 15. And the Groza is also up to 15. So just distance-wise, you have to be much closer with the AN-94 Abakan. Like I said, I think if it was a 3-round burst, it would be better because you wouldn't have to click quite as much and quite as fast while you're trying to kill something. And also, one of the main things, like I said, that hurts it is the fact that it only has 12 meters for max damage. So for this gun to do max damage, you need to be this close or closer to your target to get the full 37 damage. Otherwise, it's going to have its damage drop off anything past this distance. That's pretty close. So for every other gun, it's out here or out here for one of the guns, and then 18 meters for the HK. If you're looking for a gun right now to use to PvP or to do PvE content, I probably wouldn't take this one. But if this video helped you out, go ahead and drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I hope you guys have a good one, and I will catch you guys in the next video. The next one's probably going to be the Warren HK G3A1. That's probably where we're heading from here, and I will catch y'all in that one. Y'all take it easy.